Hey you guys, just checking in, gonna give you an update. If you haven't been here with me before, I just started this channel a few days ago to try to share with some of you the real results and things that are going on with me as I'm taking RSO and many other THC products on a daily basis. Long story short, I've been having symptoms for 2 years, morning sickness. I told him I felt like there was something in my abdomen. That was 2 years later confirmed in a exploratory ultrasound. Thyroid, got nodules and cysts all through my thyroid. I've had pain radiating up into my brain. I need to have my, I had a bad head injury in 2012. 2 years ago, when I ended up in the hospital with dizzy spells, I was told that I had an unruptured brain aneurysm. Actually, they waited 8 months to tell me that. Love traditional medicine. So I went back for a second MRI. So I haven't had one of those for about a year now. We're going to look at those again. At that time, the doctor that I was seeing said that the new MRI showed the brain aneurysm wasn't there anymore, but there was this big white spot in the middle of my MRI. I questioned that. I don't know. I don't trust any of these doctors, to be honest with you. So 2 months ago, in an exploratory ultrasound, we found all these nodules. We found this growth in my, they thought it was in my uterus. Went to the gynecologist, it's not in my uterus, don't know where it is. So while I'm being jacked around by all these doctors, Trulieve came out with RSO. And I'm glad they did, because 25 days ago when I started this, I couldn't drive my car anymore. And my complexion was gray, and I was having trouble getting out of the bed. Now, I own 3 businesses, so I'm not a lazy person. I'm usually a million miles an hour. I'm a workaholic. I'm a night owl. I work till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because it's quiet. I can get a lot done. I wake up at 10, 11. I go all day. It took about 2 months after they initially told me I had these nodules in that ultrasound. I've been looking for answers for a while, for me to be pretty much flat on my back. And it took RSO less than 2 weeks to get me back on my feet again. And now after 25 days, I think it's 25 days, I believe I started this. I looked back today, I think it was January 15th or 16th. Like a different person. Now, you know, I'm still having my moments, but I want to share with you some of what's going on, and then we'll have some real results next week. I do have an ultrasound scheduled for Monday. This will be the first ultrasound that I've had since January 7th, I believe it was, when I got my ultrasound results back and saw all the nodules and cysts and everything. At least we have some answers. I don't think they have all the answers on my brain, and they don't know what's going on here yet, but it takes them forever. And you know, here my husband and I have the best insurance money can buy. We have insurance through his work, which is fabulous insurance. We have TRICARE from where he's a retired veteran, and we have AFLAC. And guess what? None of that crap's taking care of me right now. In fact, they don't know what the hell's going on. But what I do know is that this stuff that Trulieve came out with, RSO, has been known to shrink tumors. It has been known to kill cancer. I honestly believe that I have possibly a chance that there's some of that going on. So anyway, trying to get a head start. I've been doing about 750 milligrams of RSO a day. I'm doing an entire syringe at this point. It took me a couple weeks to work up to that, and I'm acclimating to it pretty well. I'm not, you know, dead tired. It takes me a little bit to wake up in the morning, and of course I still have symptoms from my sickness, but they're a lot less than what they were a few weeks ago. My complexion is coming back. I have these little band-aids on my neck that I've been putting the RSO on here, and you know, just kind of near the affected areas. Using the RSO, using Delta 8, Delta 9 1-to-1. That's a distillate that helps me with nausea and appetite. I've lost about 20 pounds before I started the RSO, and as you can see, I'm not very big anyway. I'm back into my size 1s and 0s that I haven't seen for about 4 or 5 years. By the way, I'm 49 years old, and I look a lot older than I did just 5 years ago. Anyway, but so what we're taking, Delta 8-9, that helps with the nausea. Tincture oil, which helps to cure cancer, shrink tumors, all kinds of stuff. This is a THC CBD 1-to-1. I put it in the back of my throat. I put it in my mouth. I use that several times a day. And then I use the topical cream hybrid for topical relief because I get discomfort around my neck. So, and besides that, I have flower, which right now in the state of Florida we can only vape. I have sativa. I happen to have super silver haze that kind of helps get me woke up in the morning, kind of acclimate to the day after being in the RSO stupor all night. And then I have 9-pound hammer that I use when it's time for me to go to bed. 2 kinds of RSO. We got the hybrid and we got the indica. I've been using the hybrid during the day, the indica at night, for obvious reasons. So anyway, what do I feel? Well, it's kind of weird. But if you ever have to take this stuff, I want you to know that you're going to actually, well, at least I feel this stuff working, which is kind of weird. And it is hard to explain when I say that I feel it working, but I actually do feel it doing something in my neck. And I say it's this because I've been dealing with this for a couple of years now, and now I'm having sensations that I haven't had, and it's only since I started using this. And I have to say that what I'm feeling might be this stuff shrinking these nodules, or I don't know what it's doing, but I'm telling you, it's a different kind of feeling. I feel like this tight pressure in the areas where I had affected. I'm also getting like a different kind of pressure in my head. And I can only imagine that, if something in your body dies, that you would feel it, whether it's a good cell or a bad cell, cancerous cell. I don't know. I don't have all the answers yet. That's why I'm doing this channel. I'd love to hear from somebody else out there that's doing this. I can tell you that I've had some pain associated with the RSO doing what it's doing. I wonder if you feel that too. People with brain cancer survivors who've used RSO, did you feel it going away? Did you feel it like squeezing? Because that's kind of the sensation I get in my head and in my neck. And then where I put these bandages, it's weird. In my esophagus, I had an endoscopy done, I don't know, about a year ago, and the only thing that the doctor there was able to tell me was that I had Barrett's esophagus. I guess it's from probably years of drinking espresso and eating chili and things like that. But I'm really curious as to what's happened, because I'm not having the trouble swallowing that I was just in the last couple of weeks. By the way, the 2-week period of RSO, I started to notice a significant improvement, and at 21-day point, it was just like, whoa. I mean, it was like exponential. It was almost crazy. My vision was improving. I was feeling like driving again. I'm getting my motivation back. I actually felt like living, and I was succumbing to laying in the bed and knowing that I might not be around much longer. So that's kind of frightening, but that's where I was. So that's why it's really important for me to share this with you, because I really believe that these products, but in particular this product, at this point I'm pretty sure has saved my life. And I'm going to get the results and everything so that I can tell you with 100% certainty what it has done for me, but I can tell you what I feel. And at this point, I really just want to get on the top of my house and scream, to everybody out there. I was almost dead. I never felt like anything like that before. I'm a pretty tough person. I was in a wheelchair in my 20s, and I had almost 20 I don't know, 20 some doctors, neurologists included. Terry Shivo, you remember her? Her doctor, Dr. Amusfar, told me I would never walk again. Remember that guy? Yeah. I had some pretty serious doctors. I'm up and walking. I've owned a bar. I own a smoke shop now. I have 3 businesses. I've ridden horses, driven trucks and trailers, and my own trucks and trailers all over the country after I recovered. And that was me going to doctors, getting the answers I needed, and then doing what I knew I needed to do, not what traditional medicine said. And I've lived a great life when I was told that I would not do that. So anyway, I have to tell you this too, and this is a true story. I don't know if Dr. Hamusfar will ever see this video, but he was Terry Shivo's doctor. He was the neurologist that told me that by the time I was 30, I would be a vegetable. This was because of a nerve injury that I had in my leg. And I ended up finding a doctor that knew how to fix it. And it was a long, hard process, but I'm not a quitter. I certainly don't give up, and I wanted to live. I had a young child. But anyway, gosh, 15 years went by after I got better, I guess, and I was running my karaoke bar, cigar bar out on Madeira Beach, and Dr. Hamusfar walked up to my bar. Of course, he didn't remember me, but I knew him instantly, the very second I saw him. I mean, this was a very traumatic time in my life in my 20s, and he looked at me, and I asked, he ordered a beverage, of course. I'm in the bar, I was running the bar, and I just stopped, and I looked at him, and I said, I know who you are. And he kind of went like this, and I told him, he remembered my maiden name back then, and I told him, I said, I am, and I told him my name, and I said, you told me that by the time I was 30, I would never walk again. And he looked at me, and he turned his head kind of sideways, and the man actually started to shed tears. But anyway, I guess I told you that just because, that was something that I took my life and my health into my own hands, and I went out and I found the doctors that would work with me and that really would take care of me, and I'm glad I did that, because my life might have been a whole lot different if I hadn't. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I told that thyroid doctor today they were scheduling me Monday for biopsies and possible surgery, and I'm like, you guys haven't even met me yet. I said, first of all, I don't need a 3-hour appointment on Monday, because there's no way in hell anybody's doing a biopsy on me on Monday and aggravating this when I'm in the middle of treating it. That's not going to happen. I'm taking my health into my hands, and I'll tell the doctors what they can and can't do. I'm going to use them for test results. I'm going to use the hell out of our insurance because I have it. But I'm not taking traditional routes of medication for whatever might be wrong here. So anyway, I'm here to share with you. I'd love input from others. I'm looking for answers too. I'd like to know if the things that I'm feeling are normal. Am I healing? I think I am. I'd like to hear from some of you guys out there maybe who've done this before. And I hope that my sharing helps some of you too. So anyway, I'm functioning pretty good on about 1,000 milligrams of THC a day. So, like traditional medications, I guess you kind of acclimate to it. I've worked my way up to that, starting at about 500 milligrams a day, up to 1,000 over the last few weeks, and it's been amazing what it's done. So, highly recommend not listening to everything your traditional doctors say. I have more than one, story about that. So, anyway, life-changing ones too, because believe me, when your doctor goes home at night, he's not thinking about what the hell's wrong with you at home at your house, and he's probably not going to show up at your damn funeral either. So anyway, you got to be in charge of this. I hope this helps you guys, and we'll see you in the morning. Take care.